Mr. Chairman, it is an honor to address you. I am here as the directly elected political representative of the people of Gibraltar, because the people of Gibraltar undoubtedly enjoy the inalienable right of self-determination under international law. And in accordance with international law and your obligations to the people of Gibraltar, our decolonization must be achieved exclusively through the application of the principle of self-determination. That is to say, our decolonization can be completed only in keeping with our wishes and aspirations as a people. And in this pending exercise, there is no role for any party other than the United Nations, the administering power, the United Kingdom, and us, the people of the non-self-governing territory. We have repeatedly invited the C24 to visit Gibraltar to better understand the situation of our people, but they have never done so. The UN General Assembly has said that visiting missions are an effective means of ascertaining the situation of the peoples of non-self-governing territories. If the C24 does not wish to learn about the people of Gibraltar, why should it or this committee entertain any suggestion that our decolonization should be underpinned by anything other than our inalienable right to self-determination? We therefore appear before you to confidently assert that right, which forms the bedrock of all our international relationships. In our relationship with the United Kingdom, we are safe in the knowledge that the administering power has repeatedly committed itself to never to enter into arrangements under which the people of Gibraltar would pass under the sovereignty of another state against their wishes. That commitment is not just political, it is also legally binding. It is set out in the preamble to the 2006 Gibraltar Constitution and in the dispatch to it. It is a commitment that the UK has made repeatedly here at the United Nations. This committee needs to understand that, in taking that position, the United Kingdom is upholding our rights under international law to decide our future over our land and our home. The United Kingdom is thus supporting your work and our right to self-determination. So I urge you to proceed with the decolonization of Gibraltar in accordance with the principle of self-determination. I urge you to remove Gibraltar from your list of non-self-governing territories. And let me leave no room for doubt. The people of Gibraltar will not consent to any discussion or negotiation of one iota of the sovereignty of our land, sea, or air. We will simply not accept it. And any idea that our removal from the list of non-self-governing territories should be informed by anything other than our sacrosanct right to self-determination is untenable. Indeed, Mr. Chair, as we look to settle our future relationship with the European Union after Brexit, your committee should understand that our British sovereignty is an asset for the whole region around us. It is our British sovereignty and the common law, aligned with our entrepreneurial flair and the industry of the people of Gibraltar and of the people of the region around us, that already creates wealth in and for Gibraltar and for the surrounding region. In our negotiations with the EU, we're working to produce a new UK-EU treaty that will remove barriers to mobility of people and goods and enable us to create even more wealth, stability and prosperity for Gibraltar and the whole region. Mr. Chair, such a treaty will be the spark to re-energize the whole region, generating tremendous opportunities for all who are lucky enough to live in our privileged setting. Imagine the energy and resources that Spain, the United Kingdom and Gibraltar put into arguing before you and with each other, channeled instead into working together. We seek to work with our neighbors in demonstrating that we can put aside historic disagreements. We can show that there is a route away from sterile disagreement and towards mutually beneficial outcomes. And we can show that with goodwill, hard work and determination, we can produce positive outcomes that do not require negative compromises by any party to negotiations. And we can do it respecting each other's positions, jurisdiction, responsibilities, and international legal obligations. And of course, recognizing each other as a prerequisite. And if we achieve that in the context of our perennial disagreement, then we will achieve something historic for the people we represent and for all humankind. Mr. Chair, last October, our distinguished representative in the United States of America, David Liston, told you that the European Union Commission had just agreed to commence these negotiations. We are a year in, and we are making good progress. The easy thing to do, of course, is to call off doing such a treaty as it is too difficult. The hard thing to do is to keep at it, to redouble efforts and look away from apparently intractable disagreements, determined instead to find alternative ways to bring harmony where there historically has been discord. I believe we can achieve that. With continued goodwill and without concessions on matters of cardinal importance to each side. I do confess, Mr. Chair, that I have done easier things in my life. But forgive me for quoting JFK when I tell you that all of us who are involved in this negotiation know that the prize at the end of this task is greater and worth pursuing, not because it is easy, but because it is hard. And I know that technical difficulty has not deterred the magnificent negotiating teams that each side has assembled. Mr. Chair, this committee should therefore be clear. When it comes to our political rights, only we, the people of Gibraltar, will determine the future of Gibraltar. When it comes to our decolonization, our inalienable right to self-determination must be respected and we must be delisted. When it comes to our relations with our neighbors, we seek harmony and peaceful cooperation. When it comes to our future relationship with the European Union, we will work to deliver unimpeded fluidity at our frontiers for persons and goods. I look forward, Mr. Chairman, to the result of all of those objectives being achieved for current and future generations of Gibraltarians. Thank you very much indeed for your time. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.